What is up, guys? Count Kryukov here with my new Versus series where I take metal albums, look at them, and review them. First album on the chopping block is Titans of Creation by Testament, released April 3rd, 2020. So it's a brand new album, and it has 12 songs and one instrumental, those songs being Children of the Next Level, World War III, Dream Deceiver, Night of the Witch, City of Angels, Ishtar's Gate, Symptoms, False Prophet, The Healers, Code of Hammurabi, Curse of Osiris, and Catacombs. Now what we're going to do is we're going to break this down song by song. I have my notes and all that too, just to avoid any mumbling or repetitiveness. Well, so first song, Children of the Next Level. It's a very, very modern Testament song. Very Testament sounding, but modern Testament, which is rocking where they are right now in life. It has a collection of good riffs, a great chorus, and great lyrics. It's about Heaven's Gate and pretty brutal, pretty metal stuff. As for an opening track, I could not, for the life of me, let me go through these again, pick a better one out of the collection of 12 songs to open with. Next, we go into World War III, which is a good song. It's got some good riffs. It's got a great performance by Chuck Billy, which, gotta say that the entire album, he is on point the entire album. Other than that, nothing too much to write home about, but it is a good song. Next, we have Dream Deceiver, which is a rockin' song, and it's adds so much variety to it because it's like this 80s sounding song, and very melodic, and it's my second favorite song on the album. I've given it I want to say 25 listens. It's really good. Moving on, we have Night of the Witch, which is your standard Testament fare. If you could listen to the song, you'd be like, yeah, that's Testament. It has some great lyrics and some good riffs, but overall, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I'm not saying it's not a good song. It's a good song, but it wasn't my favorite, as opposed to some other songs on this record. Okay, moving on from that, we have City of Angels, which is another great song, firing on all full cylinders, but it's 90s sounding. There's a very 90s-esque vibe to it, even though the lyrics are about Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker in the 80s. It's very 90s metal sounding. I really like 90s metal. I know a lot of people are like, Couch, you like 90s metal. Oh, you're lame, you're not true, you're fake. But there are a lot of good records from the 90s that people fail to... Souls is Black, The Ritual, The Gathering. But they're just thinking, low, demonic. Whatever. I like the song. I like the 90s sound. It was a great performance. Moving on to my favorite song on the record, Ishtar's Gate. Great intro, great chorus, great solo, just great arrangement. Overall, I think it's the most rocking track on the album. And they really rocked it with that one. Moving on to Symptoms, this is one of two songs written by Alex Skolnick on the record. And again, I don't even know why I'm saying it again, but I'm not sure how the whole Testament writing thing, I think Eric does most of the writing for everything. I don't know how, Alex can filter in a song here or there, but this is one of two of it, and this is just so alien sounding, and it's awesome because it's just like, what is this? And it's like, so great. Such a great song. Moving on to False Prophet. False Prophet. That's a great intro. It's a great intro. It has strong vocal performance. Strong vocal performance. And that's what I can say about the False Prophet. Another good song on the album, followed up by The Healers, which is, again, another good song. Those two together just follow up. So you're rocking just the momentum so far from Children of the Next Level, World War III, Dream Deceiver, City of Night of the Witch, City of Angels, Ishtar's Gate, Symptoms, False Prophet, The Healers. It's building such a great momentum for the record, you just want to keep listening to it. However, this is when we come to Code of Hammurabi, the second song written by Alex Skolnick, and that's it's whatever. It's really whatever, and it's very anticlimactic that the song had to be that. I'm not sure if it was like thrown in at the last minute or whatever, but it was not a very well put together song. Then finally we have Curse of Osiris, which is just, again, I would say it's sort of like Night of the Witches, like your standard Testament fare, but this falls into the vein of much more slightly generic thrash. And again, Night of the Witches proof that Testament is a thrash band that's like undisputed. So when they do thrash, it's like their own unique brand, and they are the best at what they do. Few bands, thrash bands, can really compare to what Testament has done. I could name a few, but not do a whole long, super long video. And then it finishes with Catacombs, which was so overall, I believe the album was a great album. It just suffered from its final act of Code of Hammurabi, Curse of Osiris, and Catacombs. Kind of just went down and killed all momentum. But it is the album, I have to say, that has got me all the way fully back into metal. I mean, I never stopped being into metal, but this one just got me into metal. I'm thinking about, wow, talking about records, music, and metal, and just like, you know what? We're going to make a video on it. And then I'm probably going to make another video on it about a different album and all that. And then I started listening to all these albums. It really got me into it. I started listening to all the Testament again. Been a huge Testament fan for 11 years. What can I say? Seen them. This is my tour from 2013. Yeah. Saw them with Overkill. And then I saw them with saw them same year with Megadeth and Anthrax and Sabaton and Iron Maiden. That was a rockin' show battle with San Bernardino. So overall, the album is great, and one of my favorite parts of this whole album is it's just one of those ones where you can pick a song and be like, oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Where there are some albums where you just have to experience it as a whole. And I'll get into that later in a later video, but that's not one of the albums. This is one of the albums where you just go, I wouldn't say you could experience this one as a whole because it dies with the last 3 tracks. But other than that, if you cut those 3 out, that would have been a masterpiece album. Masterpiece. I'm sorry. You cut out the 2 songs and the instrumental, it would have been a masterpiece. And it shows why Testament is Testament, and they're the best at what they do when it comes to thrash metal. And they're undisputed. Save for maybe a few bands that could rival them. Well, I'm Count Krukov, and this has been my review of Titans of Creation by Testament. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on metal album reviews.